Hi, I'm Mike, owner of the In-Group in Phoenix, Arizona. Today I'm doing the new arrival video for September 23rd, 2022. Okay, so I've limited the pre-orders to tell you guys about it because there's a lot of them. But it's all the same thing. Steely Dan. Analog Productions announced the first 7 Steely Dan albums as UHQRs. Double disc, 45 RPM, $149.99 each, come in the deluxe UHQR box. The first 2 they've already announced the date for. We've got Can't Buy a Thrill, that's coming out November 4th. And we've got Countdown to Ecstasy, that's coming out December 2nd. Asia, Groucho, Pretzel Logic, The Royal Scam, and Katie Lied, have not been announced yet, so they are essentially to be announced. But all 7 of those are available on the website right now for pre-order. Keep in mind with Analog Productions, for retail stores, there's a little bit of a delay. I don't get the titles on release date, so bear that in mind if you are ordering them from me. But yeah, a lot of people are excited about this. I'm not a huge Steely Dan fan. I do really like Can't Buy a Thrill. I think that's a really good album. Asia's a good album, although I probably heard it enough for one lifetime. A Greatest Hits would be cool. I don't know if we can do a UHQR Greatest Hits. I'd be down for that. But, you know, I'll have all of these because at this point, with the UHQRs, the Mobile Fidelity 1-steps, the Craft 1-steps, they're kind of collections. So it's like, I want to get them all. So I'll end up having all of these, and I'll listen to them. We'll see. But a lot of people are looking forward to this. The store this past weekend was kind of buzzing with excitement. People are really thrilled about this. Steely Dan is a weird band in the sense that big-time audiophile band, really well recorded. That's the word I was looking for, but not well reissued. This is a band that really doesn't have anything in print. Periodically, I can bring Gaucho in as an import. I haven't seen Asia in a couple of years. I'm talking new pressings. So this is a big-time audiophile band that doesn't really have any anything in print, which is a problem because actually, oddly enough, here's the Steely Dan section. So I'm looking in the Steely Dan section, and this is what we've got. Now, keep in mind, this isn't for sale, but I'm giving you, for instance. I've got a quadraphonic Countdown to Ecstasy, a Record Store Day trade-in. Somebody traded in the Record Store Day version for the Analog Productions of the last 2 albums. And the only thing that's in print, which is the live album Northeast Corridor. So that's it. So if you want Steely Dan albums, they're getting expensive and they're not around. So the UHQR, you know, not the cheapest option, but it is a option. Also, don't forget, we have a Whatnot auction going on this Friday. I've switched the time up a little bit this week. So it's going to be Friday, 4 o'clock Arizona time. We're going to be auctioning off 100 items. They're already listed on Whatnot. So if you click the link below, you will actually see the complete list of everything that is going to be up for auction. On a side note, if you've never done Whatnot before, click the link below. The very first purchase, you'll get 10 bucks off with that link I'm providing you. But also, you don't have to buy anything. You can just click the link. You could watch me and Angel do it. It takes about 2 hours. Also, if you do want to bid, put your credit card information and your address in before you bid. It works a little different compared to like eBay and other apps. The minute you bid and you win, they charge your card and they generate a shipping tag. So it's pretty much on its way to you. So during the auction is not a good time to get all that squared away. I know a lot of people last week were asking during the auction, and you're going to miss out. Okay, big restock from Mobile Fidelity. We're starting to get some titles in. Foghat's Fool for the City. I believe this was part of their announced all analog. But I have got Foghat, Fool for the City in stock. A reissue of Miles Davis ESP. This is double disc, 45 RPM. You'll see the new hype sticker on there, which says analog copy, DSD to analog. So, you know, when I spoke to them in person, they kind of talked about how they were not opposed to doing it on the jacket. That'll probably be for future records, maybe months out going forward, records that don't have a design in place already. But for now, they're at least doing the hype sticker, so now we know exactly what we are getting. With Randy Travis, this is the new title for this month. Randy Travis, Storms of Life. So brand new title, never been issued before. Analog Master DSD to analog. Let's see here. You know, I'm not really a country fan, so I can't really tell you much about this record. I'll probably give it a listen to. I'm from Florida. I grew up in the South. I probably heard a lot of this before by force when I was young. But off the top of my head, I cannot tell you anything about this record. But yeah, people often talk about Mobile Fidelity not doing adventurous stuff. This is adventurous. You know, they do stuff that is outside of the box. They did Run DMC. They did the Pixies. They're doing this Randy Travis. Obviously, they continue to do the stuff that sells. You know, Miles Davis. They're going to do stuff that sells. But it is nice to see that they are doing, even this, which is not for me, they're doing stuff that is outside the box. The Cars, Shake It Up. This is just a restock. These are from the original Analog Master tapes. We've got Count Basie, At the Sands, Before Frank. This has been out of print for months, or years, excuse me. This is something I have not seen in a very, very long time. Digital Master to Analog. And that is it for Mobile Fidelity. Motorhead, Iron Fist, 40th anniversary, celebration of the 5th studio album. This is the deluxe triple album box set with a 20-page book. All right. Got a restock from Intervention Records. Joe Jackson's Look Sharp. 100% analog mastering from Real Analog Master Tapes done by Kevin Gray at Coherent with an exquisitely restored cover. This is a title that was going for like a $100 bill until they reissued it here. Everclear, So Much for the Afterglow. Intervention Records as well. Let's see, master from High Resolution Archive. So this is a digital master, but this is probably recorded digitally. Late 90s, 97, so. Restock from Impex. Some cool titles here from Impex and ORG. I will start with Hard Bop, Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers. This is a limited edition series of 3,000, so this is going to be probably the final run. Copy $22.99 of 3,000, but from Impex, all analog. What is that? A little moisture on that. All analog, Stoughton tip-on jacket. I mean, beautifully replicates the original Columbia jacket. Comes in a real thick Japanese-style resealable sleeve. I mean, I just love Impex. It's one of my favorite boutique labels. They're really small. They only do, I think there's like 10 titles in print right now, and I'm going to show you a chunk of them here. Monk's Dream, the Thelonious Monk Quartet. Another absolutely fantastic title. This one was done by... God, off the top of my head, I feel like this is a Kevin Gray remaster. It's listed on the website, but I want to say this is a Kevin Gray remaster from the Analog Master tape. Got a restock of Al Di Meola's Saturday Night in San Francisco live. Fantastic release. I've talked about it quite a few times. I really dig this. Got a restock of that. It was sold out for a little while. Okay, here's a restock from ORG. Diana Krall's Love Scenes. This is now out of print. They only did 2,500 of them. This was the last amount of copies I was able to get from them. These are, let's see, available for the first time, 45. This is a pressed at RTI mastered by Bernie Grumman. There's a universal pressing of this that's in print, which don't hold a candle to these. The ORGs are the ones you want, but they only did 2,400 of them. This is 2,414. So we are at the end of the run with this. Same thing for All For You, Diana Krall. This is a dedication to the Nat King Cole Trio, excuse me. I'm pretty sure, well, maybe this one is... Some of these ORG titles are a little funny because they originally announced there was going to be 2,500 of these, and then I think they just added to it. I think this is a title that was originally announced as 2,500, but I'm looking at copy 3259. So don't quote me on this one. They told me the other one was out of print and done. I wasn't going to get it anymore. But yeah, this might be the same. It might not. I'm not sure. All right. Joni Mitchell, The Asylum Years. This is 1972 to 1975. This is the second in the series of box sets. This is going to have The Hissing of Summer Lawns, Miles of Isles, Court and Spark, and For the Roses. Mastered by Bernie Grunman. Cover painting by Joni Mitchell. Note from Neil Young. But yeah. All right. Also have, and I'll show it now because I know I'm going to forget, the Kinks, Muswell Hillbillies. Everybody's in Show Business. This is the deluxe edition box set. So yeah, we've got quite a monstrous box here. Let's see, we've got 6 albums, 4 CDs, Blu-ray audio, a book, map, printed memorabilia, and a badge. So a super deluxe edition of Muswell Hillbillies, and everybody's in show business, and everybody's a star. Restock of the Curtis Mayfield Superfly. This is on my top 100 imprint analog records list you should own. This is probably going to be out of print. I cleaned out the distributor on this, so there is no more as of now. Now with Runout Groove, it's a weird label in the sense that there could be a restock on this. It might be out. It used to be they pressed to demand Runout Groove titles, but the last couple of them, I've been able to get a good chunk of them, and they've kind of lingered around. So they could be theoretically out of print. They could be just lingering around at retail stores and distributors. I'm not sure, but I know this was the last bit I was actually able to order from my distributor. DIO at Donington, 1987. Side 4 features an etching. So 3 sides, complete legendary 1987 performance. How about Donington, 1983? Oh, in typical DIO fashion, we've got a lenticular cover. 3-sided, side Ds, and etching as well. Complete performance, that's kind of cool. Chick Corea, the Montreux years. The first performances from 7 legendary concerts featuring rare and previously unreleased material. Love Chick Corea. Passed recently, I'm going to have to give that a listen to. Remastered audio. Okay. Arthur Verassi, limited gold and black marbled vinyl. Half-speed mastered at Abbey Road. This is done by Mr. Bongo. The last half-speed mastered Mr. Bongo title musically was freaking killer. I'm going to give this a listen to as well. I'm not really familiar with this. But Mr. Bongo typically puts out some fantastic releases. Another restock of the all analog cut by Bernie Grunman. Art Pepper meets the rhythm section. This was a Record Store Day exclusive. I'm not sure. I thought they did 7,000 of these things and that was it. My distributor keeps emailing me. They keep getting them and I keep taking all they have. And they keep finding them. I'm not really sure what's going on, but it's a fantastic sounding title. I can't keep it in stock, so I just keep buying them. But yeah. Don't forget, guys, we do ultrasonic cleaning. I wanted to remind you guys of that last week. The Animals remix has been a difficult release, let's put it that way. Noisy, issues with the vinyl. Don't forget, we do offer the ultrasonic cleaning to where I not only ultrasonic it, put it in the Japanese sleeve, put it in a Mobile Fidelity inner sleeve, but I inspect it. I do not send you a damaged, warped record. I cull all those. So that is an option. Below every single record you purchase on the website, you'll see the option to add it on. It is, especially on titles that sometimes can be problematic. That Pink Floyd Animals has been one, for me anyways, because I've been opening them up and cleaning them. Keep it in mind. I mean, it's good for every record. You know, every record can be defective. Every record is made in a dirty factory and benefits from an ultrasonic cleaning. But the problematic records, even more beneficial. Andy DeFranco, Living in, what is this? Living in Clip. 25th anniversary, limited edition, natural blue swirl, triple vinyl. One of the first concerts I actually ever seen in the 90s was Andy DeFranco. My cousin took me in Indiana, Indianapolis, I think it was. Saw Andy DeFranco, and then she took me to see Trey Anastasio the following day. It was like a back-to-back concert weekend. Aaliyah, I Care For You, part of the reissue campaign that they're doing. First time available on vinyl. Oh man, I know this is going to warm the hearts of many of you. We've got Aqua's Aquarium. 25th anniversary edition, limited black vinyl, including booklet with never before seen pictures. It includes the smash hit. Smash. These are smash hits. Barbie Girl. Dr. Jones, which I've never heard, and Roses Are Red. I know growing up in the 90s, Barbie Girl was a huge hit that you just absolutely couldn't get away from on the radio, no matter how hard you tried. It was just everywhere, driving everybody crazy. But yeah. All right, Bad Brains, Quickness, on Punk Note Records. Part of the ORG reissue campaign that they're doing for the Bad Brains. This is the standard Motorhead Iron Fist limited edition on black and blue swirl vinyl. Got the deluxe box set and the standalone. Monster Magnet, 4-way Diablo. We've got Municipal Waste, Electrified Brain, limited to 1,500 on yellow vinyl. The standard version of the Kinks, Everybody's in Show Business, Everybody's a Star, 50th anniversary, remastered from the original audio source. Okay. Black heavyweight vinyl, 2 LP. The Death Grips, this is a Record Store Day essential, so exclusive to independent record stores. Kind of like a Record Store Day release throughout the year. This is The Powers That Be. I think there's another, I think The Money Store, that's another Death Grips title that we have, a Record Store Day essential. I probably still have that in stock. Minus the Bear, Lost Loves. This is on gold and white vinyl. Heartbreakers, LAMF, The Found 77 Masters, another Record Store Day essential title. Fanny Hill, first ever LP issue, the third album from the groundbreaking all-female band, recorded in London at Apple Studios in 1971. Milky clear vinyl, limited to 2,000 copies. Space Hog, the Chinese album. This is a pink vinyl pressing. Death Cab for Cutie, Asphalt Meadows. Stereolab, Pulse of the Early Brain, switched on Volume 5. Keep in mind these come factory like this without a shrink wrap. They used to come in a really heavy plastic cover, which I'm glad they ditched. Sun Ra, Ra to the Rescue. This is probably Modern Harmonic. Yeah, from Modern Harmonic. Lonnie Liston Smith and the Cosmic Echoes. Who did this? This is a reissue from Flying Dutchman, made in the EU. BGP. Great record. Oh, wouldn't be a new arrival video without a King Gizzard and the Wizard Lizard. And what Lizard, Wizard, Gizzard do we have now? Let's see, live at Carson's Creek Ranch, Austin, Texas, 2014. Halloween, Metal Jukebox. First time ever on vinyl, limited edition, red and orange splattered vinyl. DIO, Killing the Dragon. This is 20th anniversary on red and orange swirl vinyl. Great title from a great, really highly anticipated series by me. They're starting to redo the Candid catalog. I think 4 or 5 of them are already up for pre-order. This is the first one that has come in. The rest just keep getting delayed. According to interviews from the guy running the show over there at Candid, these are all analog cut by Bernie Grumman from the original analog master tape. He kind of alludes to that in a roundabout way on the hype sticker, remastered by Bernie Grumman from original master tapes. But in an interview, he's come out and said that Bernie cut this from the master tape. Really good quality, tip-on jacket, has kind of that, that cardboard feel like the original had. But I'm really looking forward to the series. Unfortunately, they keep getting pushed back. But Lightning in New York, unbelievably good album in stock. There's some pre-orders on that, so that'll start shipping as well. And the Kinks, Muswell Hillbillies. Same thing, remastered from the original audio source. Also from that box set. What's going on here? Must be Friday Music? Yep, Friday Music. The Association, greatest hits. Friday Music never lets me down with putting out former $2 records for $35.99. They sell. They sell, and they sell out every time because I don't think they make many of them. And they're in-demand titles. Although this... I don't know, I get this from time to time. That's not too terribly hard to find. Maybe a mint clean one is hard to find. Blur, Bustin' and Dronin'. This was a record store day, maybe Black Friday title. I don't know if this is the standard release or if this is just a restock, but I want to say this is, no, this is on black vinyl. I guess it was a record store day first before, and now this is just the standard version. Maria and the Diamonds, Electra Heart, Platinum Blonde edition. Her first 45 was actually in that Mega Singles collection I did unboxings on a year or two back on YouTube. It was cool too because she actually glued like a rhinestone on every single 45. Doesn't sit well in the box. Editors, EBM, the new album, limited edition double LP on orange vinyl. Killing Joke, Lord of Chaos, ultra clear vinyl. Hoodoo Gurus, Chariot of the Gods. We've got the original motion picture soundtrack to Frost. Digital Planets, Blowout Comb. Yeah, reissue 2022 on the label. Let's see, Light in the Attic exclusive color edition, Dazed and Amazed duo color wax. Let's see, we've got Cass McCombs, Heartmind. The Vandals. When in Rome, do as the Vandals. This is on, looks like purple and black splatter wax. On Kung Fu Records. Tringy Oosterhouse. Let's see, what is she doing here? This is the Bacharach Songbook Volume 3. I might still have 1 and 2 in stock. This is music on vinyl, just standard black vinyl. The Bangles. Actually, this is going to be popular. The Bangles, different light. This is music on vinyl, limited to 4,000 copies on pink and purple marble vinyl. Not an easy album to find anymore. And obviously, it's got Walk Like an Egyptian, Manic Monday. It's in demand. So this is actually a pretty cool release. 49 on the back here. So numbered in on the back. Okay, America, Harbor. Limited edition of 1,500. Copies on transparent yellow colored vinyl. This is $326. Golden Earring Cut. This is limited to 2,000 copies on Blade Bullet colored vinyl. I feel like I had this already, but it might have just been a black copy I've gotten in. Dispatch American Location 12. And last but not least, we got a restock of Working with the Miles Davis Quintet. All right, now let me show you what's going up on Whatnot this week. All right, so Friday at 4 o'clock Arizona time, we're doing it a little different. Normally on Whatnot, we auction everything off on Sunday, But we're going to try it this week at 4 o'clock Arizona time on a Friday. Whatnot, we've been doing a few of these. I think this is going to be our 6th or 7th auction. If you've never done it before, click the link below. You can at least watch. If you want to bid, you got to have a credit card and address registered with Whatnot. If you use that link below, you'll get 10 bucks off your first purchase from me or anybody. Okay, so, and I start everything pretty much no reserve. I start 10 bucks on everything, but the Rolling Stones, this is a really clean copy of the Mobile Fidelity Some Girls. The two Stones copies, Sticky Fingers and Some Girls from the 80s, they're not actually very easy to find. You would think the Stones, they sold a lot of copies, but you never really see very many of them at all. Just some, you know, Motley Crue, some original 80s Motley Crue. There's a chunk of OJCs on there from the 80s. Thelonious Monk with John Coltrane. Thelonious himself. The Art Farmer Septet. Got some just clean original stuff. Madonna, True Blue, and The Shrink. The Talking Heads, Speaking in Tongues, really clean copy. Some more 80s Mobile Fidelity titles. Bob Seger's Against the Wind. Some clean original copies of War. I've also got the Record Store Day War that's going to be on there. Really clean Judas Priest, British Steel with the Shrink and the Hype sticker. A couple of autograph records. I've got an autograph Wasp record, an autograph White Lion record going to go up there. A really super clean copy of New Order's Power, Lies, and Corruption. One of my all-time favorite records. Another 80s Mobile Fidelity, Jackson Browne's The Pretender. You can click that link below and actually see the entire list. If you go into the Whatnot app, click the store icon, you'll see everything that I'm actually listing off, you know, I'm auctioning off for the week. Some more OJCs cooking. Miles Davis. The OJC stuff from the 80s is starting to get really desirable because I think people kind of figured out most of those titles, that's really the last hurrah with the original analog tapes when they went back and reissued a lot of those OJCs. Kiss Asylum. Really clean copy of the Doobie Brothers, The Captain and Me. With the wrong record in it. Get that straightened out. The early Beatles. First pressing stereo. And a real clean copy of the Eagles. One of these nights. So yeah, click the link below. Join us on, you know, it's me and Angel. It takes about 2 hours. We auction off 100 items on Whatnot. 4 o'clock, so about 4 to 6 o'clock Arizona time. All right, check out the website. Until next time.